Thanks for joining us, everyone. So we're lucky enough to get Simeon online today for us to have a bit of a chat about next year's workshop. And I tell you what, I cannot absolutely wait to have him
Me
out
too,
here.
man. Me too.
Watch all the wonderful things that he's developed over the year. But, mate, to be honest with you, mate, the first question I want to ask you is just tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the NAT technique and how you came about to develop it, mate.
Okay. Well, I've been doing it for about 17 years now, and I've always, when a patient's come in, yeah, I know, I don't look old enough, right?
Yeah, true.
But anyway, when you get a busy clinic and then you have like a half an hour per patient, and you want to give like the best service. So I always structure a treatment. I want to have a patient on their left, on their right. What am I trying to achieve in this session? So I've always had a bit kind of procedural way of working. And what happened was people would come in with this adhesive capsulitis. And, I didn't feel equipped really to deal with many shoulder problems that came in when I left college. So I had my best friend's mum had it basically, and she went everywhere and she couldn't get any relief anywhere. And she basically came to me and she said, "Look, I want to see you. I don't want to see anyone else. You can work it out." And I said to her, "Look, normally I send people to physio. I just didn't have really a clue." And I read up and there was just nothing, right? And then I tried a few things with her and it seemed to help. And then I tried a few others and it seemed to help, but I didn't have a kind of protocol or anything. And then I had about 10 people in a row. It was really odd. It happens,
Wow.
cluster.
Yeah.
And they came with frozen shoulders. I thought, well, maybe I'll try this and that. So I kind of had, and then I kind of found this sequence, and then I forgot it. Right? And I was thinking, oh no, what was I doing? And over time, and then it kind of just came to me. And basically, I came up with this algorithm, this soft tissue algorithm that works for a whole range of shoulder problems. I think that's the thing that I want to say to you is, there's no shoulder that comes to me now that I am scared of.
Yeah.
Not at all. But the more complex they are, the better I love them. And that is one of the things we're going to show on this course. We're going to show you what the shoulder is, how it works. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to learn to speak shoulder.
Great. I love it. Yeah. I mean, look, you don't have to convince me. I've been using it since 2008 too, mate. And look, highly effective, consistent changes right across the board. And, I don't align myself with anything that doesn't necessarily work. But, hey, another question. Since that time, it's developed and over that period, because, I mean, you like myself, you want to know how it works and why it works. Have you changed your thoughts about the pathophysiology of it?
I have, because, there's a whole controversy about trigger points. I mean, we know they work, right? We know they work. But, they've got all this quinta stuff, all this stuff going on. I've written a couple of books about it as well.
I do.
So there's a whole controversy about it. But I think what trigger points are, in fact, I think what frozen shoulder is a really unique opportunity. It's an enigma. In fact, someone once said, frozen shoulder is an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Because, why does it never come back on the same side? Yeah, it never comes back again. It's so bad, it never comes back. It comes, 12 to 15% on the other side.
Yeah.
Why, for example, is it more in women than men? Why is it age 50? So there's a whole lot of set of interesting things. But like any enigma, I think it's like an endpoint. And I think that what happens is when you kind of unlock it, it unlocks a lot of ideas, what it did for me.
Yeah.
And one of them is like nociception, the idea of using nociceptive input to change the neurology. For example, like one of the things that one of the steps we know that subscapularis, for example, is very much involved with a frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
We can't externally rotate, but you can't get to subscap. But by stimulating the infraspinatus, that nociceptive input, you get this reflex action, this opening of subscap. So you're using agonist-antagonist in this sequence. And I just think it's a really interesting idea. And of course, the idea also with frozen shoulder is like, you've got this holding pattern of the nervous system around injury. And I suspect it happens in other areas of the body. It's just that this is an extreme. It's the way the nervous system shuts down in a holding pattern. And it's the way we can use trigger point nociceptive input, cleverly, advanced, really use it in a clever way. And I suspect that we kind of do it anyway in lots of other things. But this just kind of puts it all together in a package. Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. Hence the reason the the thought process for me for the hip dysfunction, and obviously had to go through that. And obviously it was brought straight out of the NAT process.
Fantastic.
Here's another great question too. How many therapists do you think are using the NAT technique now? I mean, just ballpark figures.
It's about 5,000.
Wow. And the general feedback?
I'll tell you, I'll be honest, we've not had one single negative.
Yeah.
Never. Not one, ever. It's amazing. Because, you know, look, even if you can't get all of it, you know, because we're doing offline, you know, we're doing online training. But the difference, you know, what we're going to do is offline training. We're going to do hands-on, and that's a whole, you know, that takes it to another level. You know, even you might learn a few little extra tricks.
No, I absolutely. I've no doubt. There is no substitute for the hands-on workshop, absolutely. Hence the reason.
But even from that online training, people are getting results.
Oh, yeah. Which was my experience as well. But repetition is the mother of all skills. So
absolutely right. Absolutely right. And feeling, you know, you've got to have the tissue sensitivity, and you know, I've come to the point now where I use my elbows for everything. Probably, I'm sure I've seen you, where you actually kind of almost like a surgeon. You can like feel the fibers. You can pause on them. You can wait. You wait for a change. So it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing once you get that lovely, you know, it's all about letting go and feeling, but also knowing the anatomy and knowing what's happening.
Yeah. I call it the melt anyway. So listen.
I love that. And, you know, that's the other thing, for example, you ask about like ideas. So when we come to like the long head of bicep, which I believe is involved in a lot of shoulder problems, we get that point where you're on it and you get that melt. You just melt, and then you start to get the stomach rumbling. I'm not sure if you get that a lot. We all get it, and that is really interesting. So that's an autonomic nervous response. So clearly, I think this feeds into that whole trigger point thing, which is we've got the shut holding pattern, you've got the autonomic nervous system. We're coming into it from nociception, from the mark. Get that autonomic dumping, that parasympathetic dumping, and then people start to feel better. They've got no more pain after that. So there's this whole, I think it's a beautiful, we're on the edge of something really special, I think. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with everyone, and you know, and collaborating with you. I can't wait to hear about your hip stuff as well. It sounds epic.
Absolutely. Of course. Yeah. Now listen, we've got 30 seconds maybe. If you could say anything to the people out there are thinking about coming and doing this workshop with obviously yourself, what could you say to them? Obviously, just to give them an overview of why should they do this from the therapy?
Okay. Well, from a therapeutic point of view, at the end of this course, you will understand how shoulders work. No shoulder that comes to you, you will fear. In fact, you're going to really enjoy working with shoulders from now on. We can be treated with manual therapy. Yeah. And what we're going to do in this course is we're going to cover it all. We're going to show you how to do it. We're going to give you practical skills. It's not just theory. We're going to give you practical skills. And the two of us are experts with the body and teaching. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And it's going to be brilliant. We're going to start something really amazing together. You'll see. And it's going to be epic.
Epic. Well, that's the word. Epic and melt.
No, pleasure, man.
An epic melt.
Melt, epic melt. I like that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, mate, thank you so much for giving us your time, mate. It's been terrific. And look, there's no doubt you and I will chat over the next sort of coming months and so forth.
Yeah.
But the rest of the ones out there who are looking at coming on board and doing this workshop, and the ones that are already signed up, I mean, they're in for an absolute treat. There's no doubt about it. So we thank you, mate, and we're going to keep some visuals going anyway off the social media and let everyone know, and I'll get a bit of a countdown going, and it'll be great, mate. We're looking forward to having you out here.
All right.
We appreciate you coming all this way.
Perfect, man. I can't wait. Listen, I can't wait. Brilliant.
It'll be epic.
All right, Stu. Epic.